Some mysteries are strange. Some are tragic. But then there are the ones that feel wrong. On December 1st, 1948, a man was found dead on Somerton Beach in South Australia. No ID, no wallet, no fingerprints on record. His body was posed like he'd simply fallen asleep. But what followed was a descent into one of the most chilling, unsolved cases in history. He wasn't homeless. He wasn't disheveled. He was neat, composed, polished shoes, pressed pants. A half-smoked cigarette rested on his collar, burnt out. He looked peaceful, but he was dead. Locals stared. Police arrived. But answers? There were none. He carried no money, no identification, and, most bizarre of all, every single tag had been carefully cut out of his clothing. Even his hat bore no manufacturer mark. Who was this man who erased himself? The coroner's report only deepened the mystery. The man's organs were swollen and congested, his spleen 3 times the normal size. His liver was damaged. And yet, no poison was detected. In 1948, toxicology wasn't perfect, but even by today's standards, the results are baffling. It was as though his body had simply shut down. Days later, a tiny, hidden pocket was discovered stitched into the lining of the man's pants. Inside it, a tightly rolled scrap of paper. Just 2 words, printed in ornate type. Tamám Shud, a phrase in Persian meaning, "It is finished." The end. Not exactly a comforting note to find on a dead stranger. 2 weeks later, police uncovered a brown suitcase at Adelaide Railway Station's cloakroom, deposited the same day the man was believed to have arrived in the city. Inside, a barber's scissors, a knife in a sheath, a stenciling brush, and a thread reel that wasn't sold in Australia. The clothing inside? Once again, all labels removed. One item had a name stitched faintly, Tink. But investigators believed it was a plant. Another dead end in a trail of dead ends. Then came another bizarre twist. A man in Glenelg, just blocks from the beach, discovered an old book mysteriously placed in the back seat of his unlocked car, a rare copy of the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. And in that book, the last page was missing, torn clean out. Police compared it to the scrap found in the dead man's pants. It was an exact match. But in the back of the book, something more chilling. A handwritten cipher. To this day, that code has never been deciphered. Cryptographers from Australia, the UK, even the US Navy tried and failed. Police traced a local phone number found in the book to a nurse named Jessica Thompson, who lived near the beach. She was shown a plaster bust of the dead man. Her reaction? Shocking. Witnesses say she nearly fainted. She refused to touch the cast, claimed she didn't know him. But records suggest otherwise. She once gave a copy of the Rubaiyat to a man, possibly the same copy the scrap came from. Years later, her own son was revealed to have uncanny similarities to the dead man. Ears, facial shape, even a rare dental trait. Was he the man's child? Many now believe the Somerton man was a spy. Possibly Soviet, possibly British, perhaps even American. 1948 was the dawn of the Cold War. Australia was a key ally, and espionage was rampant. Jessica Thompson spoke Russian. Her circle included military intelligence contacts, and her life kept curiously quiet. If the Somerton man was a spy, he may have been poisoned with a substance designed to leave no trace. A perfect kill and a silent message, Tamám Shud. In 2021, authorities exhumed the Somerton man's body. After 70 years, his face was reconstructed, his DNA mapped. He was identified as Carl Webb, an engineer from Melbourne, born in 1905. A name, a life, an identity, but no death record, no travel logs, no link to the suitcase, the beach, or the cryptic note. His connection to Jessica? Still unclear. His cause of death? Still unknown. So what do we know? A man with no labels, no past, no wounds, and no poison, dies mysteriously on a beach. Leaves behind a message, Tamám Shud. It is ended. But what if it wasn't? What if he was never meant to be found? What if this wasn't the end of a story, but the beginning of one we were never supposed to read? The man on Somerton Beach took his secrets to the grave. And even in death, He left us with only one clue. It is ended. But we're still asking. Ended for who? If you're drawn to the true and the terrifying, subscribe for more. And tell us, what do you believe happened to the man with no name?